Hello everyone, welcome to the pitching session from Brokazy team. My name is V and I'm currently now the founder and CEO of Brokazy Global Inc. I'm so thrilled to introduce with you my project of an AI-driven zero-loss guarantee stock investment marketplace to transform customer into billionaires only after 20 years of discipline in app investing with the insurance fee. Now let's begin. My vision is to see the future of the legal finance investment will be risk-free with the support from AI technology. And the targeted audience are the existing clients for all the partner securities company who want to access the cash advance for their daily living expense without need to sell their stock asset on the market, as well as to seek the guarantee for any personal investment decision. With a huge opportunity from the global market cap up to $109 trillion nowadays, the scenario to drive an actual revenue up to $0.17 trillion before the end of 2030 is completely possible. There's always has a way to direct into that revenue generation. Also, I am confidently to share with you that we do have a plan to drive the actual growth rate up to 100,000 percentage, together with 1.1 billion users before the end of 2028 or maybe in the later years, but the latest could be 2030. The focusing trends are still fintech and AI technology. And after wandering in several cities around the United States, I totally understand the difficulty that Americans are struggling day after day with their daily living expense. Don't you know that nearly a quarter of retired Americans right now don't have money in their saving accounts, and more than 50% stated that they don't have enough for their daily living expense? For sure, everyone in this human world always desire to have more money for their daily living expense. So this is not a strength or word whenever we get this answer. But the quarter that stated for no money in the bank accounts is a red alarm that we have to think about something urgency to make it to resolve this problem right as soon as possible. What we can do together is to build a safe investment marketplace with a guaranteed risk-free for stock investor so that the customer can build their wealth asset in a sustainable way to be well prepared for the retirement plan, in which AI could be leveraged to accurate the personalized investment criteria. And here's the competitive landscape. I usually don't really want to talk much about the competitive landscape. I usually want to prevent to mention much about this because I don't have the intention to consider any other big or giant corporation, even no matter how big it is or even no matter how small it is for the other small business working in the same business industry. I usually want to find some innovative business model, some new inventions from my business strategy that can integrate into the business ecosystem for a collaboration more than a competition. Because by leveraging and taking advantage from the market share that the other corporation has spent so many years, even decades, to build their database of the customer or to build a strong bond ecosystem with the loyal customer. By innovating and trying to find something to cooperate is better, always better than to struggling or to defeating the orders for the market share. That is always my main strategy when doing business, because with that positive mindset, we can scale into any other nations without any fear. And yeah, and let's talk about a little bit about the transition in which I already make the transition from AI into zero loss guarantee and from the slow conventional payment flow into the new faster payment solution. In the recent year, investors are so confused, too confused with the overwhelming trading signals from multiple AI stock trading applications available on the market nowadays. No matter how many signals there are, they still can have ability to lose the money by trading on the stock. Even no matter how long experience the person, the investor or the stock trader is, they still have a possibility of a chance to lose from investing on stock. So that's the reason why I want to propose a guarantee, a commitment at a corporation level to help secure the capital of investment for every stock trader. That's the reason we build Brokazy. Also, with the new faster payment solution, what we change is change the habits, a conventional payment flow to from selling the stock asset on the finance market into withdrawing the cash back into bank account before they could use those cash for their daily living expense, which takes so much effort, takes so much step. This is too long until we innovate into a faster payment solution that we want to provide the cash advance with the collateral upon the intrinsic valuation of their current holding financial asset, including inside the application or even both of the synchronized trading accounts for multiple other stock trading applications on the market nowadays, so that we are willing to provide a mortgage for the daily living expense right inside our affiliate shopping marketplace. Let's move on with the next steps of the talking, mentioning about the business revenue models. As far as we almost have 6 different revenue models to ensure that we have a sustainable business to generate enough free cash flow payback for investor existing safely for the milestone that we have a commitment to get them existing, or even to get enough free cash flow sufficient for us to scale and grow and pay for all of the expense that we need to spend for the operation for business scaling, including the invoice from accounts payables, from the debt loan financing to the bank, or even from the other investors' investment and payroll, etc. Therefore, let me list out 6 different revenue or models inside our business ecosystem, which includes the insurance fee to guarantee risk-free for every stock trading on the safe investment marketplace, and the B2B advertisement fee from our home timeline feed screen, the subscription plans for the AI stock trading signals, the affiliate commission fee from the shopping marketplace, the P2P transaction fee, and the order merchant integration fee from contactless payment, as far as from the transaction fee on the contactless payments every time that the clients pay from touching to the retail POS system from every retail store. And the final revenue model would be the loan insurance fee. Apart from that, I have just innovated one more revenue model, but I will list it in the Q&A session that will be mentioned. For it is an add-on new parts of the delivery system that we will deploy on the field whenever we already raised successfully for the seed funding round. We will step into this later. And and the idea is literally important, as far as it can heal our nation by witnessing more people turn to become rich in the next 1 to 2 decades only. Kindly pay attention to this very important thing. A powerful nation requires a super rich generation. So the question here is that are all of us ready to evolve to make the country greater than ever and to make the American richer than ever? Let's talk a little bit about the operation flow. The reason why I can propose this solution to guarantee risk-free for every stock trading on our safe investment marketplace is that we let the investor deposit money in any guaranteed ETF or stock that has been filtered out from our AI data analysis. And the algorithm has filter out the most optimized trading positions which is undervalued from intrinsic valuations. And we will let the AI bot to buy the stock or ETF on behalf of the clients, as well as to stop all the trade loss within 3% of boundary. And kindly pay attention to this certain number of 3%, which is equal to the insurance fee that the clients need to pay for our platform, as far as is our revenue model. And this insurance fee will take over the loans as the boundaries to stop all the trade loss within 3%. And now let's go into the Q&A session, in which I will answer some of the questions that I have prepared before. I will read the question here and then I will answer right in this recording video right immediately. So the first question I will read right now is, why did you choose Santa Clara and Sunnyvale as the strategic landing zone for Brokazy at this specific moment? As a startup company, we do know that the capital of the startup ventures in the whole world now is in the Silicon Valley. A lot of unicorn company, a lot of billions of dollars company has been initiated from the incubations right in Silicon Valley. Most of the companies I do recognize and do must admire is from the Southern Bay Area. because in this process, most of the stories mentioning about the startup founders who founding the company since just joining the work, it involves the participation right at the garage since the beginning of just a small garage to start a business. But this is somehow from my side. I do hope that whenever I was a foreign migrant to do business in the United States, I can get assistance from the government or the Silicon Valley to make sure that I can get a small office, not a very big one, but I need some place to set up my business so that I can work with my teams. I can connect with the business clients as far as I can have any meetup with investors during the time of raising capital for the seed funding round of $30 million as the goal to close before the end of 2026. Also, when I sit right inside Silicon Valley, I can connect with a lot of venture capitals. Most of the venture capitals has initiated their business in California, and there's nothing worse that I want to do business in Silicon Valley in South Bay Area or the Horn Bay Area. I would connect and try to network with all of the VCs around the Bay Area as much as possible. I want to partners. I want to have a close engagement, close relationship, business relationship with everyone who have the positive attitude towards to supporting my company, supporting this business to be successful, to create the gravitations, to make a loud noise for Silicon Valley, and we will cheer this green together. And the second question I'm willing to answer is, let me read the question at first. What is the deeper meaning behind your US-only mandate for resources, materials, and indigenous slavehood? Absolutely, I mentioned here is that we prefer to recruit engineers who have the true love for the American, for the United States, and we are fighting for the pride of the American flag. And because as much as every country business has their own trust to incorporate the company, isn't it? Every company in this human world, every company around the world has to have the first initiative, headquarters, or the trusted incorporated company. And I choose United States to incorporate my company because I think that this is a unique capital of the whole world, and with the great supporting from the whole system, as well as from the great network of talent across the Bay Area, across California, or even around the United States, or every single country, all the country in the world is moving, relocating to United States to start up or to make friends with the other business partners, or to make sure that they can find a sustainable jobs to help them get a stable incomes for the future, for the better futures, to gain the better conditions of living. There's a tons of reason why we should choose California, or specifically Silicon Valley, as the main operation hub, as the main initiation hub to launch the business. And I don't mention that I only hire US only members or employees. I recruit everyone who have true love for the Americans, even including the migrants. For sure, I'm the staff migrants of the foreign founders, so it doesn't much matter for me. But apart from that, we have to have a deep understanding that whenever we come to a new country, we will open to partners with the one who is already born and raised in this country as the most priority. That is the positive attitude towards doing business in any country. Let's go on with the next third question. What is the real secret behind? I'm so sorry I cannot answer this question, but let's move on to the fourth question. The fifth one. How do you define the independent yet symbiotic relationship between Brokazy Global and other companies in my ecosystem? Even in the later phase, when I start the other business, it would be an independent, separate business in which I will focusing on the fundraising roadmap for their own business. There has no impact or any relationship between Brokazy Global and the other business. Just take an example. If I want to do something new, I just make sure that it is a no-term business that I'm willing, widely open to partner with any business. Even sometimes it can be some other corporation can be considered as the competitors of Brokazy Group. But under managing for the all the different business, I have to make sure that I'm widely open to partner, to collaborate with the owner of the other business that can be supportive supportive to help scale the new business from that industry that I step into. So it is separate and different, almost different. There's no limitations for networking and collaboration. And yes, Brokazy Collaborates will take part as one partner in the list to collaborate with that new business when I start launching it. The question that I'm willing to answer, let me read the question at first. How will you achieve a zero deployment time gone and complete the entire project within a strict arrangement window? So let me share the plan here. Arrangement is usually an assumption, but to make sure to turn this timeline into the reality, into the practical with a strict milestone of achievement and deployment. We have to have a strict routine to double check every each milestone that I will define into the 2 weeks for every each times that I need to check the timeline of milestone for development, as far as from different departments work as well. Let's take an example. We want to make sure that we have a plan to deploy the first MVP. Not really MVP because I already have the MVP. To deploy the first practical build available on live production environments. It has to be done within the first 4 months. Since the time we already raised successfully the seed funding round of $30 million. So after that, we still have 4 more months to test the market and to fix some urgent issues and the priority to ensure that the platform can be smoothly for monetization and drive the actual revenue. So the checkout payments and other payment feature, any payment features would be put on top of priority to fix and to take care and to look 100% of the whole team to pay attention to, because that is the main income for the company, to prove the traction with the investor, to raise the next funding for the next round, or even to ask for a loan supporting from the bank in the United States. We have to ensure that, have to pay attention to that, because most of the time investors need to look into the financial statement. We as the company need money, need income as the main food, as human need food. That it is. So the 7th question is, what is the philosophy behind treating every staff and military meal as a giant gift box? To be honest, at the staff stage, we don't have much capital. We only raised $30 million to sustain the business operation with a team size of 85 members. So how can we make sure that we can take care the best quality of daily served meal for every single one when compared to the big giant corporation like Intel or Nvidia? How can it be like that? We cannot make sure. But honestly, what we can provide is the competitive salary package to ensure that everyone is dedicated to work harder than the other ordinary routines or working timeline from the working routines from the other company. Because we are staff, we have to be very fast to ensure that we can survive on the markets and to scale into the next stage and to continue raise funds successfully. So there will be no delay from no propagation to track the business down, to track the timeline past behind the milestone that we have already set to launch the business and to double check on each period. So the 8th question is, why did you prioritize building sorry, I will skip this question. This is far in the future, after we already get some achievement, when we already get the stable free cash flow generation, on the valuation of the company has already reached billions or maybe trillions. At that moment, we will answer. I definitely will have a clue to answer this question, but it is too far from reachable right now. So the 9th question is, what is your most powerful message to the 250 angel investors who are following Brokazy deployment right now? Hey, so for the angel crowd, we only raised $25,000. And let me explain with you why we have the number of 250 angel investors looking for the first investment in my company. The reason why I have that figure is because we are opening configure only $100 in minimum deposits. That most of people right now, when they never reach out to my message or from my calling message, they usually consider us as a scam business because no startup in the United States is opening for the first angel investment with $100 minimum. It can easily be considered as a scam business raising or the fundraising program. But to be honestly, let me share with you this great tip. The reason why I want to provide this 250 slot with $100 in minimum deposit is because I want to invite more people to join with me, and also I want to seek talents. I want to create an engagement in a passive way to ensure that they will not choose nowhere but to work with us. That is the tips and the strategy that every single company in Silicon Valley will have different strategy to hire engineers. But for me, I proactively find out the targeted candidate, and I offer them that if they agree, if they dare to dream to relocate to Silicon Valley, no matter where they are living right now, it doesn't much matter if they have the real talents or even they just have the ability to learn or just have the motivation to learn and to dream of relocating to work in Silicon Valley. This country is for everyone's dream to overcome, to come here and be successful as yourself, to shine as much as possible. This country is fair and treating everyone in this human world around the globe in a fair way, that everyone has a chance to be successful right in Silicon Valley. I don't know anywhere else, but in this country we have a lot of opportunity to make you successful. Even you are dreaming of working for a trillions company or working a staff company to get the as high and as competitive salaries when compared to the other nation. To be honest, a lot of other nations is providing even more competitive salary when compared to Silicon Valley. But what we enjoy here most in Silicon Valley is the spirit and working spirit and the culture of the company, the culture of staff, that we don't force everyone or we don't drain the other person's energy. We let everyone enjoy the moment that we start up, and we open to listen to any ideas from even the team member with the least salary in the team. That is my working tradition cultures in my company. I don't know what the other company, what the other company, but what I'm doing business is that because I want to listen more. I want to know if there is any innovation, if great ideas from any big mind people thinking out of box. I'm willing to learn. I don't know, because to be honest, a lot of young talents around the world coming to Silicon Valley, and my job is to find the best person working for my company. That is the tips. Let's answer the question 10 here. When the history of Silicon Valley is broadened, how do you want the name of my Facebook account to be remembered as a leader? The name of my Facebook account is Edwin Mayer. To be honest, it is rented from a person I'm very happy to love for him, but I don't want to mention. Maybe you guys will be questioning who is the hero of that person. I don't want to mention, but I will answer it right whenever I become successful in the future. When I already go on stage, I will answer who is the person that rents me, give me this Facebook account, because when I come to the United States, I have some trouble to register for a Facebook account here. I don't want to answer right immediately in this call meeting, in this recording video. I will wait until the time is mature enough so that I can answer this question later. Yeah, it's already text for 23 minutes from my recording video, so I will drop right now until there is other session. But I'm willing to answer any question more for sure. If you mention that whenever a staff founder willing to answer any question or to do a recording interview, to be honest, they can talk 24/7. The only one thing I need is the igniting question to make sure that I can willing to answer you. There's a lot of things that I'm willing to share and discuss, but to be honest, as a staff founder, I have to focus on working more than talking presenting. But honestly, sometimes my job is to speak and to pitch with investors, to convince friends, to raise the capital for the company. But apart from that, there's tons of things that I need to do as well. From planning, from preparing business plan, pitch deck, financial projection plan have to be well done, have to well prepared independently by the founder. So that's the traditional way of doing business. I have to respect the tradition as a staff founder. No matter where I am, I have to respect that country to ensure that I can practice to train myself, understand about how to manage the cash flow, how to manage the balance sheet, how to manage the income statement. Even I'm an entrepreneur, but I have to have those skills. That's the reason why I build the business plan to ensure that I can convince the investor to understand that I'm adequate and illegal to understand every single thing in my business. And that only at that moment they are willing to invest money. Yeah, so thank you a lot for listening to me. I will record another video to answer the other question, not which is completely different from these questions here, right? This recording. Thank you, and I hope you have an enjoyable day.